Oh, we have more people. Hello, can you hear me okay? You hear me okay? Okay, cool. Hey y'all, hey, welcome to Dispute Panda night. It is your girl, Raquel May David, with my bestie, okay, David Sanchez. We are here and we are meant to be. We have been out for a while. I do want to thank you guys for your grace and patience through the process. I saw that you guys are in the building. So I do want to say thank you for coming in. As always, I like to start off with the community. So if you guys are new to the Dispute Panda platform, please, y'all, don't sleep, don't trip. Go ahead and sign up to the community that we have, which is the Dispute Panda community. We will drop the information in the chat for you guys to dip and do and make sure that you're here. But I have been out of town for 2 weeks and I am back with a vengeance. We are playing all out today. So we're going to give people a little bit of time to come into the room. We're going to open up the room for questions. But again, I'm going to say, if you guys are not in the Dispute Panda community, you are missing out on great information. Our customer service team is there. I do see that there were some messages. I do on the pro nights, which are Thursdays. If it's a little bit delayed for people to come into the room, I will go through and answer some questions that might be on the scene for us to dip and do. That is in the community. So you guys have a question on there. If it's a slow night, I will jump on and answer some of the questions in that room, but I want to make sure to open up the floor. So we're going to start promptly at 8:10. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, before we dive into this world's most effective and advanced AI program, you guys have the floor for the next 8 minutes to do so. I'm gonna be sipping on this water. I hope y'all drank y'all water. Y'all drink your water? Let me know if you did. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, the floor is open for you guys. We're gonna dive in on setting up our clients. I'm going to teach you guys how to do your first round of disputes, and do them for free because I like free. Okay. Some ways you can make extra coins within the platform itself. So if you guys have any program and you have some quick questions on how things work, please go ahead and come off of mute and let's talk about it. Ooh, let me let some more people in. Anyone has any questions, concerns, or comments? Hey, Easy.
Hey, how you doing?
Blessed and highly favored and drinking my water. Yeah.
Okay,
How you doing?
Okay. Good. Yeah, I've been trying to get on song since I think last week. Y'all keep postponing or something like that. But I'm finally
Yeah,
be
I was
back.
out
I'm
of town.
finally be on.
You
Okay.
said, yeah, I was out of town, so I tried to be in try places. Now y'all need to follow me on social media because I be in these streets, y'all. But yeah, I was out of town dipping and doing, so I wasn't able to jump on. Actually, I was in Jamaica handling some family business, and the Wi-Fi there was terrible. Terrible.
Okay.
But what
Got
questions
it.
did you have while I was out? What questions did you have for me?
Oh, I think I got a few because I created a I signed up with you guys. I don't got the pro, but I'm just basically trying to clean my credit first before I start doing for
You're
anybody. You know what I'm
coming
saying?
in and out easy.
Okay, you hear me?
We can't. Can y'all hear easy? Is it just me?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Drop an emoji.
I can hear him.
I can hear.
Yeah.
What about now?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. No, pretty much what I was trying to say is I'm trying to get my credit together. I'm working on myself first before I start working for other people.
Okay.
And I got to the I got stuck because I don't know what attack to use and stuff. I don't know, I'm still learning how to use the attacks and I don't know what to I don't know if this is a certain method or something.
Ooh, I love that question. Okay, So I'm going to take you through, and in the training, we actually give you an attack guide. So if you are brand new to credit repair, unlike all the other softwares that are out here, we give you a guaranteed flow that we have tested and has shown to be approved. This flow actually does not require any of them to be in color. It does not require any of the letters to be sent certified. So if you hang tight, that's actually the second thing I cover as soon as we dive in. So that is a great, great question. If you just started in, we are going to go over the flow that is gifted to you as soon as you come into the system. You actually don't even have to sign up for the system, and we give you a flow. But the flow only works with our system, so it would make sense that you sign up. Yeah, that's how that works. But we will go over the flow easy today so that you'll see where you should start, what you should do. And then if you need more education, I do hold classes outside of this Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I normally hold classes on Saturday and Sunday where we go over like credit repair in depth, and you can bring your file and we can talk about your specific file in that room and kind of specific questions outside of just the platform. Did you have another question for me? Show me.
Okay, yeah, because when I was looking at the PDF file, I see even when I log in, like what was it, punch furry or something like that, and all these different terms and stuff. Like I'm lost. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we're
I'm
gonna go over
lost.
that. We're gonna go over that to make sure that you are found. Okay, we do not need you
Oh,
to be lost.
okay. Also, when I signed up for Credit Dino,
Uh-huh.
my Equifax ain't pull up. So I called Credit Dino. They had
Mm-hmm.
give me a refund. They will
Mm-hmm.
say something about my I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get the Credit Dino on point, but it only pulls up my TransUnion, my Experian, but not the Equifax. Do you know what's going on, or should I just
So
use another credit monitoring?
So sometimes I've seen that what happens is that there is a glitch with the address that's being used. So my question would be, I know that when you pulled your report, you were able to see at least those 2 credit profiles. Did you have multiple addresses on there, and how recent is your current address?
I gotta look at it again.
Okay. Because what I've noticed is if you use one address previously, sometimes the system will sync. It is an issue that Credit Dino is working on. What I will say is I personally like to be honest, I use Credit Dino as my main credit monitoring, but if I ever have an issue with that, I use a backup service. Just because I'm a mom, okay? I like to have extra. We never know what's gonna happen in these streets.
Okay, what's the backup service should I use then if I can't get it resolved?
Credit, privacy, is it privacy guard? I'll go through the other ones because I only use 2. So I'll go through the other ones. I know it's My Score IQ, I think is the other one, and Identity IQ. Those are the 4. So you can sign up with the other ones. The only thing is if you have the pro, you will not get the creditor letters. If you have the free version, then you can choose any of the other credit monitoring softwares. Just know you'll pay the $17 for that round to be pulled. Normally, the glitch is fixed when you do your second round of letters, but sometimes it doesn't, and I have to default to a second support system. They are trying to work out the kinks, but I have also seen that. So it's not something to be alarmed with. I always suggest to just have a backup credit monitoring software that you still have as an affiliate link. Does that make sense?
Okay, got it. Would it still work properly with the Panda Dispute?
Yeah,
It still
those
work
are
the same?
yep, all 4 of those credit monitoring sites will partner with. Any other questions for me?
Okay. Also, when we do the disputes, do we gotta freeze our credit or no? I mean, not to freeze our credit, like yeah, freeze the credit in the secondaries as well.
I don't. That doesn't mean you can't. I just don't personally anymore. I used to suppress the file. But because on the software it says that your information, when you look at LexisNexis says your information is still sent to the credit bureau, that's a step that I don't add in my flow. It is completely up to you if you add it. The only thing that I will tell you is that once you are done with your file, make sure you go back and remove it once you're all complete.
Okay. And also, do
Okay.
I really have to really need the pro if I'm just working on my credit for myself right now? Or
Completely
could
up
I
to you
just
as to what you want to invest. again, I'll be honest with you guys. In the beginning, I only used the free, even when the pro dropped. I truly did not get the pro until about a month before I started coaching in the platform, because I wanted to see what the results were, how everything was going, but I was still getting results for free. It's completely up to you if you want to get the pro. One of the tips that I give people is, if you're going to do the pro as an option, what you can do is tell them, hey, I'll fix your credit too. You just pay for postage, but you pay me like $75 a month, right? If you can get a couple of family members to join in with you, that way it'll cover the fee for the pro. And then you guys will have creditor letters as well as letters to the credit bureau. So I'll be showing you guys the difference between the free version and the pro version tonight as well. Light is still dark. Let me see if I can get my husband to turn on this light.
Okay.
Okay. The next person that had a question was Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore, what questions do you have today? Let me make sure you're unmuted. Hold on. Ask to unmute. Mr. Moore, you're still muted, my love.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yes. Good evening, Ms. David, and everyone that's on the call. My question has to do with telemarketers sale rule. Are you familiar with that document on marketing for credit repair?
You're talking about the TSR? Yes. What question do you have about that?
Yes. The question for us not to call or have customers call us is number one. And then the other section has to do with the inability to collect monthly until we prove that what we are disputing has stayed off the credit report for at least 6 months, if my understanding is correct. How do we get around those two issues?
Is that okay, so let me say this. So for transparency, guys, this call is specifically for Dispute Panda questions. However, I will touch the topic. I did just leave CreditCon, so this was a heavy topic that was discussed at CreditCon. And what I want to clarify is one thing that you said. So the client can call you, and you can call the client. The way that the TSR was worded, or when it was originally set up, so that basically if you spoke to the client over the phone, you had to wait for funds to transpire before you could go ahead and collect funds for doing credit repair, right? I have been using the workaround of all my calls are via Zoom. So I'm never on the phone with the client. The other workaround that I've had certain people use that I've heard within our community was that during the consultation, they charge a $5 fee for the consultation. Therefore, they were hired before you were basically hired before the call even happened, right? So therefore, you can start collecting funds because you charged a $5 or a $1 consultation fee. The reality of the situation is, what the attorney said was Zoom is not necessarily a workaround. However, because of how the law was written, it was supposed to be covering only the phone service. It was not supposed to expand to telecommunications such as Zoom, because it's not necessarily considered the phone, but it is communication. Leverage that against you. It's still a debate. For transparency, I still bill monthly to my clients. I bill monthly because work has been completed. So I do not charge my clients until after the letter is generated and it is sent out for them. I do not collect the money and then generate the letters. Some people do a pay per delete option. So after they've done the consultation, that is now a first work fee that you are charging them, because you have told them about what they need to work on. You've reviewed their credit profile. You've given them an analysis report, let's say. So from there, they would go ahead and say that you can charge the first work fee, and that what they do is a pay per delete thereafter. And they set their price at like $125 for each item that's paper deleted. The truth of the matter is right now we're all trying to find a way to work around the TSR law that is in place. There is not a concrete answer. The attorneys that were at CreditCon did not give a concrete answer because the guidelines are not as clear cut as we would have hoped them to be. So when the law originally went into place, it was specifically for telephone. It's not stating that the person cannot call you. So I want to clarify that. The client can call you. The issue is once you get on the phone with the person, then you are supposed to not charge. So the workaround that some people have been using, like I said, is charging $1 for the consultation. Therefore, you can say that they hired you before you even got on the phone.
But what about the portion that?
I'm sorry.
What about the portion that states that you're not to collect until you have proven via a credit report that the item that you're disputing has not returned?
That again, that's what the discussion was, because according to what was discussed at CreditCon, they're not leveraging that it does not return. They're leveraging the verbiage that's on the TSR. It says that you have proven successful results, or you have provided what you promised is completed, right? So the TSR is a law. I'm sorry, what is the TSR and does it relate to Dispute Panda? Great question, Administrator. The TSR is a law that has gone into play that says that if you speak to a client over the phone, that you are not supposed to collect funds after 6 months of work completion, meaning the work that you have promised. I'm sorry?
Before 6 months of completion by verifying through a credit report.
Right. So again, we're still trying to figure out how we can leverage that, because again, some places are applying the TSR. Again, it depends on how big your company is, and other places are not. So that to answer your question, that I can answer it is for me. What I was taught when I got there is that the telephone is what it was originally written for. So if you transition and you have your calls via Zoom, that is a workaround that people have been using. However, the attorney
so
said,
therefore part two,
go ahead.
Does part two still apply as far as the monthly collecting of fees not being able to collect monthly fees until after we prove the 6 months it does not return of what we're disputing?
So that's what I'm saying, because we have branched off. And again, I'm going to repeat, I don't have the legal answer for you, because I'm seriously here specifically for Dispute Panda. What I can give you
right, but
is the information.
That's part
Give me
of the
1 second.
CRO.
Give me 1 second, my love. Give me 1 second, my love. What I can tell you is that the TSR law that was written was for the telephone. If you are leveraging Zoom, that is the workaround for you to work out that law does not apply for you. Again, because of the fact that it's such a broad definition, that is the workaround that everyone that I spoke to at CreditCon has been leveraging, and whoever has not been leveraging Zoom has been leveraging a paid consultation. So before you even book with me, you have paid for this. Or this law does not impact me.
Okay. All right, thank you.
This Matt Listro and a lot of other people are trying to leverage that law. Okay. So I apologize that I'm not able to dive in more. What I can only share is my area of expertise. What I would tell you to do is, in your particular state, you can call your CRO organization if you have one, because not every state has a CRO conglomerate, and they can tell you how they are applying that TSR rule in your particular state. Great question. Any other questions, guys, before we dive in?
I have a question, Raquel, if I can just jump in real quick.
My pleasure. Go ahead.
So I am in Dispute Panda. I have been using it, but what I'm realizing is, okay, so in order for me to be able to utilize Dispute Panda the way that I really would like to, obviously I need to know more about credit repair, right? And I'm just starting off using myself. So my specific question is not directly for Dispute Panda, but it's so I can better
Mhm.
use Dispute Panda. What is your suggestion as far as learning more in depth information on credit repair? I know that last time I was on here a little while ago, you had put up your information for you, and I did go on there, but I'm trying to figure out what is the best route. Like I saw there was 2 different ones on yours. I think it was like I can't remember. I know one was like a
Ooh,
one-on-one
you
or
gone, Kimberly.
uh-oh.
Come back.
Can you hear me now?
I think I'm so sorry. Your mic went out. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, I
Give
can
me
hear.
a
I think it's my
okay.
connection. I apologize. I think it's my connection.
No, you okay, boo. So your question is, what is the best route for you to learn more about credit repair and how for you to navigate those waters? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Cool, cool. So what I can do is I can tell you what I personally did when I started. I went through CCA. That is something that I tell everyone about, and I got tested. It is not required in every single state for you to be certified in credit repair, right? But that was something that I personally did. So I went to the CCA site. And if you shoot me an email, it'll be my pleasure to go ahead and drop the link for them to you. I'll put my email in the site right now and just put in the email, can I have just type in CCA and I'll send you the link to them. That's where I to be a certified credit consultant. They also have like a score increase. So if you shoot me an email to the email that's in the chat and you just type in the subject CCA, I will send you the link to where I personally went to find out more information about how to the art of doing credit, right? Like the art
Right,
of
right.
credit repair. What do I need to know? What's the breakdown of the FICO score? Things of that nature. So
Yeah.
that is a route that you can take while you are navigating these waters and utilizing the system to kind of
Okay.
do the letters for you. That's
Yeah.
a great
Thank
question.
you so much. I appreciate it.
It is my pleasure. Go ahead, email me, girl. Go ahead and put it in the
I
line.
will. I will.
CCA.
Thank you.
Email me. I respond back same day. Well, most of the time, as long as my husband don't tell me to go in the room. Okay. If my
Okay.
husband come and get me, y'all, I cannot. Let him be like, it is done. But let's see. Let me see if we have any questions. I want to see if anyone else sent me any messages. All right, so it looks like we are at 8:22, and I value y'all time, so we're gonna get what into it on today. Hold on one second. Let me go here. So I like to cover money first. We're going to go over training that is within the Dispute Panda system. We're going to go over the contacts, and then we are going to dive in with actually registering for the platform and signing up our first client. Questions or concerns as I go through every module that I like. Once I complete the first set of modules, I will open the floor for questions. I definitely love the engagement and interactions. I do give away freebies every now and then, so you never know if tonight might be a freebie night, because I like to make sure that I'm helping y'all be a beast in these credit streets as much as possible. Okay, so with that being said, we are going to dive in with the pricing for Dispute Panda. So y'all know we are here on Dispute Panda night, and today is for the free version. What that means is this is a 100% pay-as-you-go platform. So you do not have to get the pro. I'm going to go over the differences in a moment, and as we go through the platform, I will as well. But tonight, we're going to cover the free version of Dispute Panda. What this does is this houses your client's profile. It generates letters for you, not just for the major credit bureaus, but for the secondary credit bureaus as well. And that platform is completely free for you to use. If you upgrade to the pro, you get 14 days for $1, and then it's one does give you safe client access, which means now your client will be able to do their own onboarding by uploading their own IDs, their own documentation. You'll have a secure email that you guys can go back and forth and have a secure discussion with, as well as having some great integration tools with Zapier that if you are like me and you have a full email sequence, you can make sure that your clients, whenever they get loaded in the system, they start having that great nurturing education as they're going through your program. All right. Also, you can pay for the pro, which is going to be if you pay it for a whole year, you get 2 months for free. But tonight, like I said, I'm going to be covering the free version, and we are going to highlight some of the things that you get for pro once we get into the software. If you have the free version, I want to point out that Dispute Panda created a credit monitoring software that is integratable with Credit Dyno. So Credit Dyno and Dispute Panda are companies that were created for each other. So Dispute Panda came first, and then we noticed that there were data points missing. We noticed that there were some intricate details that a lot of the credit repair organizations were asking for. So they went back into the kitchen and cooked something up and created Credit Dyno. I will go over some pros that I found with Credit Dyno. Completely up to you guys if you guys want to leverage it, but I like to tell y'all the good, bad, and the indifferent. Okay. So right now we are going to go to, I'm going to skip pro. I'm going to ask was, hey, what letters do I pick? Right. And it's kind of like, I really, really want to know how to be good at what I'm doing and how to leverage the platform. Well, not only did the platform give you a bunch of videos, but at the very top, there is a free download option. If you click the free download, it is not only going to give you the letter sequence that works best, it's also telling you when to send letters to the secondary bureau. Let me make this a little bit larger because I want to make sure y'all can see what's going on. Okay. It is not only giving you the letters that you are going to send to the 3 major bureaus. And if you guys have pro, you will also get creditor letters, but you also get to know when is the appropriate time to send letters to the secondary bureau, when is the appropriate time for you to file a CFPB complaint. What days are you sending the letters out? So a lot of people, Chris, I see your message in the chat. I need you to go ahead and shoot me an email so I can reply with the link. Want to make sure I'm clear. If an administrator saw you guys there, if you can copy my email, and send with the subject line saying CCA, I will reply to you with the link as to where I got my certification. Great. My pleasure. I want to make sure everybody got it. So just to let you guys know, when you are disputing a file, you are not to send, according to the law, it states that you are only disputing your file and you're allowing the credit bureau 30 days to dispute. So if you are using Credit Dyno as the credit monitoring software, every 35 days, you earn a free round of attacks, which means instead of paying that $17, it is $0 for that particular round for that month. Okay. So the system is telling you when are you sending your letters out. So it is giving you a full flow for a full year. I have this question all the time, like, hey, do I have to do it for a full 12 months? It all depends. Everyone's profile is different. I've had clients that come in with me and they reach their goal to close on their home within 3 to 4 months. I've had some clients that stay with me until 24 months. Because they're not listening. Okay. So it all depends on what the file looks like. How aggressive do I have to fight? Am I dealing with more of the secondary bureaus than I am with the primary? Is there going to be litigation that I have to outsource, right? All of those things play a part. And a lot of people don't understand that the activity that the client is doing on a day-to-day basis is going to be impactful as well. And we're going to go over some of those once we start loading the client in. But basically, this flow is giving you the attack name, the variation, and then if you have the pro, like I said, I'll show you guys how you would generate the creditor letters. For those of you that might be in the room that also have the Dispute Panda Pro. And it also gives you the sequence of when do you do handwritten versus non-handwritten. Okay. So this is going to be pivotal when you are trying to get started right out the gate. You don't know what letters to pick. You don't know where to go. This system is giving you a foolproof guide as to what you need to do. Okay. Any questions on that? I'm going to try and get back.
Yes, I got a question.
Okay. I ain't got no answers for you, Easy. I'm joking. What's the question? What's your question, love?
All right. So, okay. Pretty much what I'm looking at right now. I'm sorry if it's kind of loud. I drive trucks and stuff. So I'm trying to watch this at the same time when I'm driving.
Now look at here. Don't you get us in trouble. You can watch it on the replay, sir.
Nah, I gotta talk to you because you're the queen of this. I've been trying to catch you. I seen the YouTubes. I like, man, I gotta talk to this lady right here, boy. You got all the juice.
No worries. What questions do you have, my love?
Oh, all right. So pretty much when I'm looking at, I see attack 1, attack 2, attack 3. So is the attack mean it's like it means that's another word for round, right? Like round 1, round 2. That's what it means,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep,
So
you
pretty
got
much
it.
when I get started, I get started with number 1, and I choose that method attack first. I go with that method attack
You
first.
got it. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. So I start with a supreme boost
Yep.
first. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now see, now we're getting
Now,
somewhere.
if you have started with another letter, do not fret. All you have to do is wait your 35 days and then come back and start over from month 1.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
So let's say you went in the system and you just free flowed, right? You just picked a letter. That's okay. What I tell everyone is to wait the 35 days, track to see what you got deleted, and then come back in and follow the guide starting at month 1.
Okay. All right. Now I didn't start yet, but I've been messing around with some other method, some online method and stuff that I disputed online.
Mhm.
I got a few things off, but some of them still stick. But I got some stuff pending, so I'm gonna see what they're talking about. Then before I start this whole thing with Panda dispute, I want to start
No
fresh. You know what I'm
problem.
talking about?
I love that. I love the idea. That sounds
Okay. That was
great.
my question. All right.
All right. Oh, awesome. Thank you. So I have a question in the chat that says, quick question. I signed up for Pro and send out creditors letters, but I didn't understand what it means. Also, unfortunately, have not been consistent with my attack since attack was back in December. My recommendation is yes to start over. If you have a gap, so just the rule of thumb, guys, if it's been more than 60 days from your last round of attack, you are starting over from phase 1, and you need to go ahead and allow 60 days before there's actual traction to your file. Also, if you have been through credit repair before, quick tip, you want to allow that 60 to 90-day window as well, because the system is still, when you're sending off letters, depending on what the old person did, we're now trying to get back in a flow. And a lot of times the second or third time around of credit repair can be a little bit more tedious. So please give yourself grace and allow your time. But to answer your question, love it. Y'all are on fire tonight. All right. So let me scroll back up to the top. I also want to cover the contacts. So our customer, you can go ahead and that platform. You can ask questions specifically for the client. Now, what I like to tell everyone about is Loom. So I'm going to put it in the chat. If you guys are having an issue with the software, or if you guys have VAs, or if you're training your daughter, or like I do, okay, on using the platform, you can go ahead and you can create a 5-minute video. It gives you a link, and you can drop the link here in the chat for them to watch. Once it's been watched, you'll be able to get a message back that says, hey, your video has been viewed, and that way you can track the time as to when it has been done. So this is a great way to get into customer service. Okay, wait, I'm so sorry. The chat says, okay, thank you for answering my question. As far as the creditor letters I received from LexisNexis, etc. What should I do with those? All right. So creditor letters are not letters from LexisNexis. The letters from LexisNexis are static letters. Creditor letters, i.e., you have Capital One on your credit profile as a negative account, the system is going to generate letters that are going to go specifically to the creditors and specifically to the credit bureau if you have the Pro. So the letters that are going to the creditor is going to have specific verbiage that says, hey, we want you to verify this information, the name. If there's a late payment question, it's formulating the letter specifically to whatever the coding issue is for that specific creditor. When you are to dive in a little bit more as to how to respond to those, that would be outside of this call. I can drop my link for you to book a call with me, and we can go over the LexisNexis file. So the LexisNexis is a secondary bureau that will go ahead and send you specific information about your specific file. And once you get that documentation back, you are to review it just like you would review your regular credit report to see if there's any out of date, any errors that are on that profile. And then a lot of times you can, if again, with you learning, you can go on to the next round once it's past that 35-day window. However, if you're wanting to to understand what the document is saying, I'll definitely drop my link in the chat so you can have it, and you can definitely book a one-on-one and we can go over the full file and tell you basically what LexisNexis is saying. Oh, my computer did something. Okay, sorry. So that you can understand what LexisNexis is saying, what Factor Trust is saying, what Credco is saying, so on and so forth. But those are secondary bureaus. Those are not creditors. Creditors is Bank of America, Amscot, American Express. Those are your creditors. And the reason that Dispute Panda created letters to go to the creditors was because there was research done that a lot of the creditors were stating that when we were disputing directly with just the credit bureaus, they were not getting any information from the credit bureau directly. And no idea that they had questioning what was going on. So therefore, they did not respond because it was never told to them. And that is really because the credit bureaus sometimes use their internal software, which is known as eOscar. They will verify internally that, hey, we got this information on this day. So they never actually, I don't say never ever, but most of the times they don't even reach out to the creditor themselves because they're using their internal database, which is why having the pro gives you an extra layer of aggressive, I like to call it aggressive, okay, more diligent, let's call it that, more diligent dispute flow, because the creditor knows that they have 30 days to respond or they are in violation of the FCRA guidelines. Is there an attack frequency in straight days or working days? It is 30 days. 30 days is what we're supposed to give them. Credit Dyno gives you 35 because the way that we're looking at it is if you are only mailing. So my company is a fax, mail, and upload company. 30 days for them to work, and then of course for the response to come back. You can, however, upload the file and kind of scan. So I definitely check I'm a 40-day company because I like my clients to get the mail so that when we get on our call, I can go through what that document is saying to them and how they can really fine tune the information that's on that credit report. Great question. Great question. All right, let's get into it. So I went through customer service. I dropped loom.com. Let's go back to the software. Okay, so any other questions before I sign up for the platform itself?
Yes, me again.
Okay, what's up, love?
Yeah, if you could go back to that other screen, the PDF that that we just clicked out of
Easy, it
with
said
the
no.
attack
It said I
flows.
don't want you to talk to me, friend. You're gone.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Come back, Easy.
Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Hello?
Okay, you're back. You're back. You said if I can go back to what, my love?
To that PDF real quick.
Yep, got it.
All right. So why don't we just attack the CFPB right away? Why we gotta why we have to wait a few rounds for that? Why we can't just get them involved in the first round?
Because you need proof for the CFPB. If you have no dispute proof, what are you talking to them about?
Okay.
Think about the CFPB as court. So think about the CFPB as if you're trying to file a restraining order. Normally, a restraining order is not given until there's proof that there has been harassment completed, right? So you need proof that you have sent a dispute to the credit bureaus or the creditor, and they have ignored you, and therefore not. So you're not going straight to the CFPB on round one because you haven't sent anything off. You're only in round one.
Okay. Okay.
Great question.
All right. Appreciate that.
Anytime. All right. Hold on. Let me stop sharing real quick. I want to give you guys welcome to the room. For those of you guys that have your camera on, I really appreciate it because I vibe on y'all. Okay, let's just talk about it. Let's get into it. I vibe on y'all. So I appreciate you 1,000,000,000% coming in, dipping and doing with me. Give me 1 second. I just want to grab the link that is requested. Let me just open it up here. And that way I can make sure y'all have it today. Let's see, were there any other questions in the chat? Give me 1 second. View page. All right. So I have dropped my link in the chat, guys. If you want to go ahead and schedule a Pick My Brain session, it is there. Let me go back to sharing my screen so you guys can see. All right. So got everything here. All right. So we are now going to go ahead and go into the platform itself, and we are going to register for an account. When I'm going through this, what I want to point out is that there's several things that you have to pay attention to. The first thing that I want you to pay attention to is when you're signing up for the account, I do recommend personally, I recommend that every single person that signs up for the Dispute Panda puts themselves in if your credit report is amazing. I have an accountability partner, and one of the biggest arguments that we had for a few months was her going into the system, and her statement to me was, why do I need to go in the system when I know my credit is perfect? And I was like, I hear what you're saying, but how are you going to be able to speak to the client about how many letters are coming in and how many times the credit bureau is sending documentation back, right? Like, you're not able to have these really in-depth conversations and be able to coach them through it because you're not able to see the platform and see how it's working and how it's creating hiccup or upset, right? Like, you need to be able to use that platform. Lo and behold, I finally talked her into it. She signed herself up. And when she looked at her credit report, of course, there were errors. The fact of the matter is 87% of most credit reports have errors. It doesn't matter if it's names, address, all of that. They have errors on them, right? So you want to go ahead and make sure that you're leveraging them accordingly. However, you have to have two separate email addresses. So it's one email address for the owner of the account, another email address for the user of the account. So if you are physically using the account yourself, you will have to have two separate emails. If you are doing this as just an individual right now, you don't have a logo, you don't have a company name, you don't have some stuff, that is okay. I will show you in the platform where you can go and update it once you have gotten a few clients under your belt and you're deciding to dip and do. Okay, hang on a second. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, I like free. Okay, I done told y'all I got 4 kids. They eat a lot. Okay, even when it's not here anymore, when he come home, he eats me out of house and home. So I like anything free. I like announcements. I'm nosy. January, February, I need to know what's going on. So I sign up for those products. You do not have to. Okay, guys, you do not have to. I personally do, just to make sure I'm in the loop of whatever changes are going on. Now, what you do have to sign is the service agreement. This service agreement tells you how to expect business is going to be conducted with Dispute Panda and what Dispute Panda expects you to do as well. Once you have finished reading it, I do recommend that you do. You want to check the box and click accept and get started. Now, you will get an email sent to you. This is going to be where the email is going to be there until you verify your email address. I'm going to work through without verifying the email address at this time. I'm going to go over all of the items on the left. We're going to cover everything that's on the dashboard. And then once we are done, we're going to load our dummy client and we're going to go over things and tools that you kind of need. Okay. So on the main dashboard, it's going to tell you rounds, missing documents from any clients, birthdays, if you have for any clients. And again, I like to talk about what? Drip money. So drip money is ways that you can earn money or credits within the platform that is going to be beneficial for you. If you click this earn free credit, you can sign up. You just click accept. You can sign up to actually become an affiliate with Dispute Panda. If you know any other, like Easy's a truck driver, if he knows another truck driver that drives trucks on the West Coast and he wants to start doing credit repair for truck drivers, he can go ahead and send him his affiliate link once it goes live. When he onboards clients, Easy will actually get credits from every person that signs up under that person's login because he was an affiliate under Easy. Okay. So that is a way to get really silent money. I love silent money. You don't have to do any work. You just tell people about the platform that you use. You give them your link. And once they sign up, you get paid. Now that link is currently down right now, but I tell everyone about it because once it goes live, if you're ordering the system, you will get your email with your affiliate notification. Okay. Great. I'm about to talk to you about this affiliate link. You want to click on the affiliate link, sign up for Credit Dyno. So let's talk about how you get paid out here. So with Credit Dyno, when you have clients in the system, right, what ends up happening is you get paid $8 off of the standard Credit Dyno sign up. There are different packages that you can elect to offer your clients, but the basic package is $29 a month. And out of that $29, you make $8. So if your client is on Credit Dyno as a credit monitoring software, you have saved $17. And you've earned $8 from them having the software, which means you're up 25 bucks just off of that on its own. Okay. So you can sign this up. One of the things I like to do is at the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month, I ask, have y'all checked y'all credit? What's your scores looking like? I'll drop proof of what I have successfully gotten deleted. And then I will ask them, so when's the last time you checked your credit? Right. And give them my affiliate link. I put this in my link tree. It's in my bio. It's on my web. Can make sure that you're making money without you doing any additional work. So if the client does not sign up for credit repair, they may not always delete the credit monitoring and you will still get your $8 for every month that they stay on a platform. Okay. So this is the main dashboard. Under here is a report of kind of like activities. Normally it will show up here from the month before. If you want to search for clients, you can do it here. You do have to have 3 characters for the clients to be shown up here, or you can click on this option. It will show you active clients, inactive clients. If you need to import from another software, you can import here from a CSV file. If you are having an issue, our customer service team can help. You can go ahead and upload the clients for you, as well as if you need to load a new client, this is where you go. If you have Pro, you can click on the invite client to save client access. That is an invite to your client for them to be able to log in, upload their IDs, sign your contract, and I will show you where you can put the contract in the software. And you can have all of that information on the site in real time. Okay. So this is where you would go if you are doing an onboarding call and loading the client in real time. Edgar, I think you had a question. What question did you have, my love?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Great.
Yeah, I had a quick question in regards to the affiliated link. Is there any regulations or rules as far as maybe how we share our link? Like, can we do ads and stuff like that? No. Yes.
Mm,
I
I don't
think
know why this
froze.
connection. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you now a little bit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Okay, what did you say, my love? If there's any restrictions to your affiliate link?
Correct. As far as passing the link out, is there any type of regulations? Are we allowed to do ads or anything like that?
It's your link. Yeah, it doesn't once your link is given to you, you can have it on your link tree, you can have it on your bit.ly, you can have it on your website. It's completely up to you as to where you want it. All that ends up happening is that if they sign up under your link, you'll earn credits on the platform. So there's no restrictions
Okay. No restrictions.
have been at this present time. So if you
Awesome.
want to give it to realtors, you want to give it to home builders, you want to give it to car dealerships, right? Because they might want to have a credit person in-house. You can share your link with them once it goes live and you're completely fine.
Hey, that's actually a great idea. The dealerships. That's an amazing idea. Awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things I did in my area because I knew a person that works at this particular car dealership, and I just went there and was like, "You got a credit person?" Because they didn't want me to come into the office, child. So I was like, "Well, let me just train your person in the office." There's some dealerships that would have like a credit day where you can come and sit in their office and talk to their clients,
Okay.
and there's some that won't. So if they won't, you can still extend them the offer. Like, so what do you do with the clients that get turned down?
I see.
Do you have an in-house credit repair person? And then you give them your link.
Kind of.
Again, the links are not live right now, but definitely sign up for it. So once it goes live, you guys can be, my goal is to be the mayor of credit in my state. I hope you guys want to be the mayor of credit in your state. And that's a great way
Yes,
to
yes.
go out and source them.
Awesome. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for
Great
answering my
questions. Any other questions for me, Edgar?
No, that's it. I'm still listening. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. I don't know what's going on with this connection on today. All right. Let me make sure everything's working. Any other questions in the chat? All right. So the next tab is the letter tab. The letter tab gives you the mail status as well as the guidelines. So I like to cover this if you're letting the system mail the letters out for you. So I get this asked a lot. The question that I'm asked is, do you use the software to mail your letters? I recently had to go back home due to a family emergency. I went back to Jamaica. I was still processing my clients. My back office was still processing my clients. I am a control freak. You can ask my husband and my kids. I normally print out the letters and I literally mail it out. I literally have letters right here, guys, that this says LexisNexis. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have a bunch of letters on my wall. So I print out the letters, I hand stuff them, I have my stamps, okay? I put my stamps on them, and I have a big old box over here that I fill up and I drop it off to the post office 3 times a week. That is something that I do when I'm home. When I am traveling, I do allow the system to send the letters off for me. Now, if you are letting the system send the letters off for you, it goes Monday through Friday. The letters have to be completed by 12 p.m. PST for it to go out the same day. If not, it is going out the next business day. The only letters that are trackable are the certified letters. Do you have to use certified letters? No. I'm going to tell you that I personally only use certified letters round 3. I did not use them every single, even back in when I was doing certified letters. However, if you are doing certified letters, make sure you are including that in your pricing point when you are charging your clients, honey. Don't you leave no money on the table, because that USPS be money, okay? But this is a great way for you to see what's going on with your clients. You also have the ability to track what is going on with the mail. So remember, the only letters that are trackable are the certified mail. First class letters are exactly the same letter and walking into the post office and asking for it to be mailed. Same exact thing. Okay. So just wanted to give you that tidbit. The inbox. This is a pro feature. If you are on pro, you're able to send emails back and forth to your clients so that they can know what's going on. You can send them kudos like, hey girl, you about to get this home. All right. Or what up, homie? You doing a good deal. Or if y'all are like me, hey, love, hey, keep up the great work, right? You get to go ahead and kind of nurture them throughout the process. Now, this is one of the things that I love to showcase about Dispute Panda. So give me 1 second. Let me grab this screenshot. And I'm going to show y'all. So on the pro version, you are able to get a screenshot of your total deletions, your total debts removed, and you are able to go ahead and not only see this information on the company level, you can also see it on the client level when you have the pro. What you can also do is take that information and turn it into a shareable report. You can download it and send it off to your social media. You can put it in your timeline. You can put it like flood. I have a section that says new deletions. I go in and even put the amount of the account that I got deleted from the client. That is a way that I track kind of what I've done when it comes to my clients' debts. So when we're going through the process in its totality on the company level, you can see the increases or the decreases across the board from your clients, but you also have the ability to do it on the customer level as well. The subscription tab is where you're able to create your payment plans. You're able to create your onboarding forms. So if you are at a speaking engagement and you're talking about credit and you want people to sign up, you can create an onboarding form, put a QR code on it, have them scan that QR code, and then guess what you're able to do? They're able to go ahead and sign in and log in to your, not log into your portion of the platform, but they're able to go ahead and put in their name, their address, their email, and you can also put the payment, set the payment amount, and collect a payment right then and there during the class. So, and you have the ability to integrate your merchant service platform on this site. So when you have the pro, that is also an option available to you. Did you have a question about that, Edgar? Or did I answer it already?
No. I was just giving a thumbs up. I love the QR idea. The QR can't scan. I mean, you gave
Awesome.
out some amazing ideas. So I love it.
My pleasure. And just in case if y'all didn't know, y'all can go to avery.com and get a QR code build out for free. Because again, I talk about free ways to get it. And you can also do it in Canva. So Canva is a free platform. You do have a QR code accessibility. So when you guys make forms, you can go ahead and link those forms to the QR code. And that way, when you go places, you just copy that QR code, have it set there. You don't have to worry about anything. You can also get to training innings, or you can click on the balance. Okay. I like to start from the top. So we're going to come back to billing in a second. The top is profile. So this is your information. If you are on the pro, you can add a photo. On the free version, no one sees your photo. You see your photo, honey. Okay. So if you like the photo you took that time or made on the beach like me, go ahead and put the photo in there so it can motivate you every time you come into the platform. But you don't necessarily have to do that. Okay. And once you upgrade, if you change your email address, you can come here and change the email address on the platform and you are good to go there. What was I gonna say? All right, so that, and if you need to change your phone number, if your name changes, I need to stop playing around for my husband kill me. If your name changes and you need to hyphenate, go ahead and come in here. You can change it, hit save, and you're good to go. The organization tab is where you can make the most change if you go from doing this as an individual to a corporation. Once you shift to a corporation, you can put your logo in, you can put your company website, phone number, privacy policy, email address, business address, but most importantly, your contract. If anyone needs a contract that's here, let me know. I will drop it in the chat so you guys can get it. Yes, administrator, all of our sessions are recorded. You are able to watch it on our YouTube channel. And if you go into the community, you're going to go to Panda Live. You're going to go to past events, and you are able to go ahead and see the past events that we have done and dipped and dude. So you're able to watch the recording. So you have to click on past events. Upcoming events will only give you the link for you to log in to see what's going on. So you have a great night. Thanks for coming. Oh, let me go ahead and drop the contract. There we go. Let me go back to Dispute Panda. Okay, so this is where you put your service agreement in there. They're custom fields, so you can go ahead and make sure that you click the client's name, the client's last name, the client's birthday, whatever information that you wanted to pull from the actual, can do that, and you can embed it within the actual copy of the contract. I want to point out that this is a sample contract. It is not state specific. to be on that contract. Okay. What was I gonna say? All right, we'll just go back up. If you have team members, you can actually have as many team members as you like. You would simply click this box and you can put their first name, last name, and their email address. This allows them to be able to log in instead of you giving out your email information to that particular party. I like it to be as easy and comfortable as possible. So if you need to have someone, like you have someone doing disputes. So for instance, my daughter does disputes for me. I definitely go ahead and let her log in under her own information. So she'll mess up my password. Okay. So that is an option for you to do. Affiliate links. These are all of the credit monitoring softwares that are compatible with our system. If you have the pro, you can leave all of them on. If you have affiliate links with all of them, you can put your affiliate. If you are like me, I don't all of them. I would turn off the ones I don't use and only have the two primary ones that I have, which is my Credit Dyno, and my backup, which is Smart Credit. And then you save. And that way, when the client logs into the client access, they only have an option to pick from those two, or the only thing that will pop up is the one that you have, right? Disputing options. So this is the credit bureau's addresses. If for some reason the address changed, because they have well over 8 different addresses just for disputing, you can come in here once you've gotten that message that says, hey, we're not using this particular address, and you can make real live change from this platform here. And now when the letter gets printed, it will have that changed address on the form. These address have been the address that has been working considerably. Sometimes I use the other ones, like I might send 2 letters to one address and 2 letters to another address. I just happen to have multiple listings, so that's why I leverage it, because I know that it costs them every time they open a letter from me. Okay, so I will use all of the addresses. The billing tab, the billing option is where you can upgrade to the pro. You can purchase credit. So remember, it's $17 per month when you are attacking. So if you are not using Credit Dyno, you're using Smart Credit, Identity IQ, dollars. Now, the static letters that are listed here that go to the secondary bureaus, those letters are free as long as you have money in your account. So what you would in essence do is you would go here and you can add the monies that you want to be added to your profile, and also allocate a specific card. I want to stress the importance that the only person's card information that should be on file is yours. So if you are doing this for your mom, your cousin, your uncle, your brother, it does not matter. If they are not using Credit Dyno, they're using another credit monitoring software, then what you want to do is get the $17 from them, go ahead and put it in your account, and then go ahead and make sure that your account is the one that it's being pulled from. But if you're only doing it for, let's say, you and your husband right now, you and your girlfriend, you and your boo thing, okay? Or just you can do a subscribe and save option. The subscribe and save option is, it gives you 50% more than what you are topping off from when you're purchasing the credit. It pulls from you every 30 days. So that means every 30 days, it's pulling $20, but you're getting 30, or it's pulling $60 and you're getting 90. And it's from whatever card you have on file. So you can also do the subscribe and save option, but please note that when you're putting money in the credit bank, you are only getting that $100 and no more. Okay. So let me see. Okay. The next is the invoice. The invoice option is where you can see outstanding invoices, statements, and if you have the Panda Pro, when you are billed. The activity tab is where you can go and see the attacks. You can see the attack credits. So if your clients are on Credit Dyno, you're able to see the attack credits, and you're able to see any mail outs that are supposed to go. If you are refunded, let's say you go ahead and send letters by mail, but for whatever reason it wasn't mailed out, you would see the refund here as well. That does not happen often, but I like to point that out, that you're able to track everything in one system. The integration option is also a pro feature. So once you have the pro feature, you're able to go ahead and have Zapier, which is a external program that kind of links this together. So if you have a program like Twilio that gives you a text message number, you're able to go ahead and text that particular client once they come in, but you can tell Zapier, like, when I have a new lead, send them this welcome text, and then it will tell the other systems what to do. So that's a great way if you have integratable systems that you want to work along with the people signing up with Dispute Panda. Again, you go back to the referral, which is your quiet money that you can click on the bottom, but we have gone through the full settings, the full side panels of all of the options that you have within Dispute Panda. Be client. Now, before I sign up the client, I want to go ahead and go over really quickly documentation that is needed. A lot of times when we start the process, and I saw this question in the chat where the young lady stated that the item that she sent off to the credit bureau was not legible. And because the item was not legible, and I'm going to show you guys how to make sure your information is clean and clear when you're loading it in. But one of the things that people miss is what documentation is required. So the only two things that are required is proof of identification and proof of address. Okay. If you have a driver's license that has expired, if you have a driver's license that's in a different state than where you are right now, meaning you no longer live in Kentucky, you now live in Texas. You no longer live in Texas, you now live in Florida. The documentation from when you are disputing your file, we want to make sure we get it down to one name, one address, right? One of everything. In order to do that, you want to make sure that if that ID is not applicable to where they are located, you want to switch to another documentation on file. So you can use a social security card, you can use a paycheck stub, you can use a 1099. Any of those documents are completely fine. All right. If you are going to utilize a bill, gas bill, water bill, cable bill, any residential bill, rule of thumb is every 60 to 90 days, you're going to get a new bill from your client. This documentation is available in any attack video that you have. So if you guys are not able to get it while we are here right now, I'm going to drop it in the chat. You can actually get it from the video. I actually pulled it from how to add a client to Dispute Panda credit repair software and get a free attack. It is literally there for you to see in the attack sequence. Okay. These are the only two requirements that you have. So if you have used a social security number under the proof of identification, you do not need to load it again under other. It is not required. Okay, guys? Any questions? All right, all right. I love it. All right. So I'm gonna load me up in here, y'all. I'm gonna load me up in here.
Hey, Queen, I got a question.
I got an answer. What's that?
Yeah, so do you guys mess with the FTC? Like, you guys want to send FTCs? Y'all mess with that at all or no?
We do not send anything with the FTC.
Okay. And also those static letters, when we send out the static letters, right? What are we asking the secondary bureau to do when we send out the static letters?
It depends on what's on your credit profile. So remember that so a lot of people don't understand that the credit bureau gets fed information. They're getting fed the information from LexisNexis, which, to be quite honest, NCTUE is another large secondary like credit bureau. LexisNexis holds your arrest record. It holds your driving record. LexisNexis is literally Big Brother in the sky. So your addresses, who you are related to, connections, all of that is on LexisNexis report, right? So a lot of your credit information is there. If you're wanting to remove addresses, if you're wanting to dispute accounts, a lot of times if you're just disputing it with the credit bureaus, if the secondary bureau still has it, when they update their profile, they're sending that letter right back over to the credit bureau, and it's been validated You did not dispute it with that secondary bureau. So now it's still sitting there. So if you have collections that you may have paid off, and let me be clear, it is a lot easier to get a charge off or a collections off that is paid than that is unpaid, right? So if it's sitting over there in LexisNexis and it hasn't been updated, it hasn't been changed, you're allowing yourself to still be exposed by not disputing with those bureaus as well. Great question.
Got it. And also, I have a charge off auto loan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a charge off auto loan. I still got the car, but the car's not working, whatever. But long story short, I don't know when I disputed on Panda. Should I still dispute it on Panda dispute?
Why would you not?
Okay.
Why would you not?
So,
If they're coming to
what?
get the car, some places will come and get the car. Some places won't come and get the car. Like I have someone who went through OneMain and it's been like 2 years and one hasn't come and gotten the car. They still disputed the OneMain profile because there still could be errors in what they're reporting as the dollar amounts or when it got late. So again, I want to clarify that credit repair does not mean that everything is going to come off. I want to make sure that we're setting the stage properly. It does everything is going to that you're wanting to make sure that there are no errors, no out-of-date information, nothing that is wrong on the profile, whether you're doing factual or if you're using Dispute Panda, it's doing a factual and a Metro 2 dispute for you, right? Our goal is if we can get it off because there has been a breach in the coding or the law, then let's get it off. That doesn't mean that you don't owe the debt. That just means that they have to report the debt accurately for it to be properly on the credit report. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And also this Metro tool that you guys using, is it like the actual Metro 2 verbiage language that you guys sending out, the letters?
That is correct. And we're using not just the language, but the coding.
The coding. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Great
All right.
question. All right, Mr.
Yes, I'm
Edgar,
sorry.
what question do you have for me, my love?
I have a two-part questions, similar. The first question is in regards to a auto loan.
I think everybody in my house must be on the intranet.
Can you hear me? It might be me.
I can hear you now.
Okay, it might be me. I'm not sure. It has to be me. So, it's about an auto loan
It's probably me. Hold on. Let me tell everyone. I don't know what's going on with the internet today. It was raining over here, so that could be it. Can you guys hear me okay?
it goes in and out, to
Okay.
be honest.
Okay, here you go. I can hear you now. What'd you
Okay.
say?
So it has I have two questions. The first one is a auto loan that was co-signed. Um, it was co-signed. It was taken out of my account after it came to a crash, and they paid out everything. It was taken out of my credit account, but it still shows on the co-signer's account.
Repeat that for me one more time because you just came back into queue. You said what happened?
So it's an auto loan that was that had a co-signer that I had a co-signed with.
Uh-huh.
And that loan was taken out of my report already. It's been removed out of my report, but it's still on the co-signer's report. Is that a discrepancy?
So why was it taken out of? So here's my question. Are you disputing the co-signer's credit report as well?
Yes. Yes. Eventually, yes.
So if you are not, so let me clarify. It only is going to remove what you're disputing. So if you are disputing only your profile, it's only going to work on your behalf. So
Okay.
what I would recommend in that particular case is make sure you track that it has been removed from your profile. So keep where it was on there and keep where it was removed. And
Okay.
then when you dispute the other person's credit profile, you can go ahead and send the rounds out. And if you see like in round 3 or round 4, nothing is moving, go ahead and write a letter stating, hey, the other person who is the co-signer on this particular account, they were able to get this account removed off of their profile. Here's a proof of where it was on there. Here's a proof where it was gone, and it still has not been removed for that person. But bear in mind that you disputing your profile has nothing to do with anyone else's.
With anyone.
They're only disputing, they're only going off of the information that's being disputed on that one profile. So if you and your wife are on it, you and your brother were on it, if your brother's not going through credit repair, nothing's gonna happen.
It makes sense. And my other question is, there was an account that was open in 2017 that is, I feel, way beyond the 7 years already. And they're still reporting to this day either payments were being made when payments have never been made. And it just shows that it's negative. It shows either payments are being made or it shows some type of record. And this was 2017. We're in 2024. Now it's saying that it's going to be removed in 2029, I believe.
So what I would recommend, so let me just ask a quick question. With that particular account, do you have it was selected in your round of disputes, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So the 7 years begin when I normally tell everyone that your 7 years begin the first time you're delinquent. So, and depending on what state you are, there is a collectability window, and then there's a window of when. And when I say collectability window is how long they can go after you to pursue for suit or litigation. So in Texas, that's 3 years. In other states, is different. So although the account will stay on the credit report or should stay on for 7 years, they still have a 3-year window to try and take me to court to get their money or whatever the case may be.
I see.
So if you are outside of that window of collectability and it's been 7 years since when you went delinquent, then that verbiage would be selected when you are going through the dispute process. You can also do a free form letter if you are verifying that nothing has been paid, or if you are verifying that the last time that the account was active was X amount of time ago and it's outside of that 7-year window. So what I would suggest is to look back on the credit report and see when you first went delinquent. When did you go charge off? Charge off normally happens at 120 to about 180, depending on who the creditor is. But I worked for Chase, it was 120. Once you passed 120 days, the account was charged off. You are now deemed uncollectible, and that's when that ticker goes in. But if in between that time you started paying on the account again, then it reset your window.
And that's the case. That wasn't the case. The account wasn't being paid, but for some reason they keep showing that there's activity. Just to, I'm not sure.
If you can send a debt validation letter. That is located in the static letters as well. That's a free letter. As long as you have $1 in your account, you can generate that letter and send the letter off for them to verify payments. And that way you can have them confirm that they have not collected any money. Great question.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. It's my pleasure. That's what I'm here for. That's why they paid me to show up, y'all. Okay. Threads of wealth.
I'm definitely booking a time with you. I'm gonna send you an email. Your email is the one that you posted, correct?
Absolutely. And then here is my link. I will drop the link again, guys. If anyone wants to book a one-on-one, it'd be my pleasure to look over files with you. Great combo. Thanks for coming in. I like the interaction, honey. All right, Threads of Wealth. What questions do you have, my love? I love the name.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to manifest it with the name.
As you will, as you have. Come on, somebody.
All right. So I have 2 questions. My first question is, I was unsure if my letter in Credit Panda my letters were actually sent. I think I put in maybe like $40, and I ran the letters. I did a round, and then when it said to mail, at first I selected certified, but then it seemed like it didn't go anywhere. Then I selected first class, and then I hit send, but it's like over 30 days now, and I don't see anything on my credit report. They're not saying disputed. They're not saying anything. I'm thinking the letters haven't been sent. It's really hard to tell if they sent it or not.
I can show you how you can see, and it's as soon as I show you, be like, oh, how did I miss it? It's really, really clear. But I'll have to Let me log into another window to show you that. Hang on one second.
Okay.
And what's your other question?
And then my other question is disputing the secondaries like LexisNexis.
Mhm.
Is it best if you're trying to dispute something that actually is factual to just turn off all of the secondaries so that they can't verify? So it can all come back as unverified?
So what I can say is the verification process should not only be with the secondary bureaus, the verification process should also be with the creditors themselves. You turning off that does not mean, so think about the fact that you turning off, or what a suppression really does, it says that I cannot share any new information with you. So think about the fact that if you and I were gossiping about Edgar, we were gossiping about Edgar. You and me had a relationship. We was chilling. We were talking about Edgar, and then Edgar sends me a cease and desist. You and I can still gossip about Edgar because we've been gossiping about Edgar. I can't go to Easy and start gossiping about Edgar to Easy because now I'm in breach of the cease and desist. But the conversation that we already had, I already said, look, he's short. Okay. He can't even reach no milk for me. He can't go ahead and grab me the cereal. I'm gonna have to get him a ladder as well as me a ladder, right? I done already said what I said to you. You know what I'm saying? You already got the information. I already have access to the past information that you have. I don't have access to the new information technically. In reality, once that conversation has had, we already talked about what we talked about. I can't go to any new people and give them your information.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
That makes total sense. So opting out, freezing, all that, none of that doesn't matter if it's already on the report. They can verify with the information they already had. All I can do is harass them to death.
That's it. That is it. That is all. Okay. So,
and by the way, I could always get a stool. I could get a.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I got a bunch of stools around the house. Okay, me and my 6-year-old, we be climbing to the heavens. Okay, we be climbing to the heavens. Okay,
I love this. I love this. Thank you.
Looking at the actual account as to whether or not the item has been mailed. When you click on the letter tab, or if you go into the client's file, if you click on this little I, it will show you how the letter was sent. If the system mailed the letter, it will not say download. It would say mail. And if it was first class mail, it will still, whether first class mail or not.
Oh, wait, you broke up.
Certified, it will give you the tracking number.
Hold on, can you back up?
I'm sorry. What is the last thing you heard, Chad? Okay, so it will show you the status. It will also show you the delivery, estimated delivery. So whether you're certified or not, it does give you an estimated delivery date. And then it will give you a tracking number if it was certified. So you would go to the letter tab. You would then look for the particular client. If you click on the I, it will open up for you, and then you will know how the document was sent.
Awesome. And just first class doesn't give you a estimated delivery date, or does that
First
too?
class does get, no matter how you send it, you always get an estimated delivery date. What you don't get is a tracking number on first class. The tracking number only applies to the certified. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Trying to hear. Hold on. Let me go on a bit. All right. Any other questions? I love that name, y'all. Okay. All right. So if you are, once you guys are looking at the screen, one of the things that you notice is that the addresses are on specific lines. So you have the specific street address, you have the specific city and state. All of this information has to be in its individual respective boxes because it is generated on the letter. So you don't want to put the city and state all on the street address because the letter gonna look wonky, janky. We don't do that. We the elites over here, okay? Again, if you are pro, you would click this button. It will send them an invitation. They can upload their IDs and all of the good stuff. If you are not pro, you are free like we're using on the platform today. You just hit save. All right. And then you're going to go to this platform here. So one thing I love about this platform is that there is a wonderful drag and drop. Y'all don't know yet. Y'all gonna find out. You'll ask somebody for their ID and it will fit the whole entire page. And the ID is this small. You can crop it and zoom in for just what you need and you hit save. So if we're looking at the bill, they don't need to know all this business. That's none of your business. In the words of Tabitha Brown, that's none of your business. That's my business. So you're going to drag it down just to where you need. You need the date. You don't even need the amount of what they're paying. You crop that and you only keep the parts of the information that they need. They need my address. They need to know it's in a valid time window. You're going to crop it and save it. If this was a W-2, you would literally just crop that area and save it. Okay. And then what will happen is the goal is to get everything on 1 to 2 pages. That is it. That is all. In this particular case, I have a social security card. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, hit crop and save. You are good to go. Now, once you get here, if you are using Smart Credit, you're going to use the upload text. If you are using Identity IQ or MyScore IQ, you are going to upload it here. I'm always going to talk about the perks for through this system, and
You just
you
cut
don't
out.
have to log into the Credit Dyno app. So every 35 days, you would just come back in here and you would click the one-click import option and load your client's profile right there. So you don't have to work hard. You don't have to search, from the moon and back. You literally only have to come in every 35 days. You click that one button and you go. So give me 1 second. Let me try and find a test account that I can use. Let me see. That is not going to work. Hold on. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely come off of mute and ask.
Oh yeah, so pretty much that 35 days what? When you import the when you click the import again, it just refresh the report for that month. Like give a fresh new report.
Correct. So instead of you logging into Smart Credit or logging into Identity IQ, updating the report and then coming back in and putting it here, you just click this one button and that's it. You click and you go.
And that's on the free version too, right?
Any version you have, that's how Credit Dyno works completely.
Got it.
Yup. We try to make it easy for everyone. Okay, that's my password. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find a test account that I can use. Oh, I just did her report. So I think. Oh, I can't do hers. It's been 31 days. Oh, hold on. Ooh, okay. Her one is about to come due. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's see if we can use this person. Let's see what it's looking like. God dang it. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a couple of test people, and it seems that I'm not storing all the information. Hold on, Donnie. Ooh, I think I could use this person. All right, let's use them. Another thing I like is that it doesn't like expose, because I used to do this a lot, y'all, and I would accidentally be sharing the people's info. So I like the fact that it keeps everything hidden away. So while you are doing what you're doing, if you're out at like me, I work at the airport sometimes. So when I'm working at the airport, I don't have to expose any of my clients' information because all of their stuff is grayed out, including their username and password. So that's definitely helpful for me. As you can see, that pop-up says you get 1 free round of attack every 35 days. I don't have to do anything extra. Now the disputing tab is open, so I can click on the disputing tab. And now it gives me the ability to go ahead and assist my clients with what the errors are on their profile. So the first thing that you will see is the inquiries. The inquiries are never, ever, never, ever, ever selected for you. The rule of thumb when it comes to disputing inquiries is that you do not want to have it connected to an open and active credit card. You run the risk that if you dispute the inquiry, that card will shut down. There are some people I know that do the inquiries and they don't lose the card at all. But I want to be transparent, let you guys know that that is something that you want to stay clear from. Hold on, I think I missed something in the chat. Let me see. Nope. Okay, I'm good. I'm all caught up. So if you are wanting to verify, if you are using you can do Command F. If you're using a Droid or a Windows-based computer, you can do Control F. It will allow you to go ahead and start searching. So what you're able to do is you can copy the information here, plug it up here. Now, if you see slashes or halves, let's say this says resident / verified, then you want to search resident / then the resident only, and then search verify only. Because sometimes that information is not printed, or you might see abbreviations. Like this right here is COAF. As you continue doing credit repair, you will know that that's Capital One Auto Finance, right? But in the beginning, you may not know that's what it is until you start looking. I've had people ask, well, what if it's a mortgage or an auto loan? Can you dispute the inquiry? You can choose to select the inquiry. It will not remove the car. Sometimes I have seen the car loan itself get deleted, but they don't come and take the car from you. They will, however, shut down a credit card. I have seen it happen. And I like to take my job just like a doctor. My job and my goal is to do no harm. So I'm going to only select those things that I know are not going to be impactful. This BK of America is Bank of America. So in this case, I already know what it is. I would type out Bank of America, right? And see if it shows up. If it doesn't show up, then I'm good with going ahead and selecting that option. The system is only going to dispute based on what you are selecting in this top region. If you do not select any, then none of your inquiries will be disputed through the profile. Public records are like child support, judgment, liens, all of that information can show up under the public records tab. You are also able in the static letters to write a letter directly to the bankruptcy court. So you have the ability to leverage that as well. Now, any account that your client has will show, and this is one of the benefits, and I'm going to do a snippet of what I do during my consultation so you guys can have an idea. But with the accounts, it automatically selects anything that has an impact on your credit profile within the last 24 months. If it's outside of that 24-month window, it's not going to attack it necessarily for you because it's not impacting your scores. Your scores are impactful, or your lates impact you within a 24-month window. As you continue to make on-time payments, you get those points back, right? So when you're looking at your account, if you're looking at this Navy Federal, you're able to click on this I, and it will show you what type of account it was. So it's a finance account, the highest balance $480. The type of account it was a revolving account, right? So it's giving you the robust information on the account. Is the account closed? What's the amount owed on it? Then when you click on the payment history, it can tell you your payment history. So your payment history is worth 35% of your overall score, which roughly equates to 192.5 points. Okay, that is what your payment history is. So if your client is not at 100%, they're not getting that 192.5 points. The goal is to get them at 100%. Now, of course, we can't change the past, but we can make sure that moving forward, they are trending in the right direction. Having someone that has been consistently late on accounts that are open and active, I'm not personally going to take them, because if you're not paying your bills on time, I don't know you're going to pay me on time, right? Just keeping it 100. So I'm able to have that conversation with them that, hey, you're only at 69%. That means you're leaving points on the table. To be transparent, the credit score ranges from a 300 to an 850. We now know it goes up to 900, right? But when we're looking at those scoring numbers, what people don't understand is your baseline number is 300. If you are meeting in the payment history, if you are meeting in the utilization, and you're meeting in the age, right there, you're over 650 points just from those three categories. So I can write all the letters in the world. If you are not paying your bills on time, boo-boo, Charlene, Daniel, you're not going to get the points that you need in order to make great impact, right? Now, when you click on this account health button is going to tell you what is the utilization that your client has. How is this being reported on the credit profile? You see how there's inconsistencies. TransUnion has it closed. Experian has it closed. Equifax has it as an open trade line. This person is using more than 50% of their utilization. I want to have a clear conversation. Your utilization is worth 30% of your overall score, which translates to roughly 165 points. Okay? If your person is using more than 15%, and I want to clarify, I use my credit card every single month. I just had a family emergency. I had to fly to Jamaica. I had to go to Credit Con. I used my credit card. I used it. I swiped it. I Swiss swiped. Show did. What I do is I make sure that I pay my balances under 15% when the statement is about to close. So everyone is concerned about this due date, but your due date is not the information that gets you in trouble. What gets you in trouble is your statement date. The question is, when the statement was about to close, what was your balance at that time? So the rule of thumb to tell your client is, if you want to be in the 700 clubs, you want to have your utilization for all of your cards under 15%. One of the things I like to do is, before we have a consultation, I need your credit report, because when we're on the call, I'm able to look at what your balances are or what your credit limits are for all of your cards. I add them together. I divide them based on the number of cards you have, and I tell you what your 15 or 7% is supposed to be by the time your statement closes. That is all I care about. You can take that cash, put it on the card, wait until your statement closes, wait 2 or 3 days, and go ahead and make that payment. I promise you, you're not killing nobody. Make the payment, use the card 2-3 days later, as long as you're playing the game, because there are different games that you're playing with the creditor than you're playing with the credit bureau. And that's 165 points that if your client is using less than 7%, they're getting their full amount of that 165, right? So you're able to have that conversation and educate them on what their behaviors are or are not doing to help them or hurt them with getting their credit taken care of. Okay. So you're able to dispute all the credit bureaus, or you can unselect it and only select to do the dispute on what you want. The system is going to identify and automatically select the ones that are impacting your client's profile right now. If you have letters that you have already written, you know you've used them in the past, you can actually use them as templates on here. You can use whatever code you want to use, hit use template, and then that letter will be generated for that one specific account. All your information will be generated from the other letters based off of the letter type you select. If you don't have a letter, you don't have to worry about it. You can also remove it. Once you've gone through the file, you're then able to come back up here. You're able to hit save filter, and now it will take you to the attack round. So based on the attack flow, the first round of attacks that we're going to do is the Punch of Fury, Supreme Boosted. Give me 1 second, you guys. Sorry about that. I want to tell them to quiet down. It says make sure you didn't hear anything. So you would do this Supreme Boosted. If you have the Pro, I'm going to show you guys, you are able to generate the creditor letters and you are doing the static letters. So when you go here, y'all, system drops. All right, here you go. When you go here, you're going to hit start new round. You're going to go to Punch of Fury. The first round is a handwritten, so you can select the handwritten. If you have the Pro, you just simply click this box. It will generate the creditor letters with the actual letters to the credit bureau. You would hit Supreme Boosted, hit start round. You have to confirm. Hit start round, and then the letters will be generated for you. What you will then do is come back into the system, hit start round, hit static letters. I like to scroll down to the bottom because it jumps. I hit handwritten, and then I check all the boxes that apply to my particular client. I do things a little bit differently. My first round of disputes that I send out to for my clients are actually just the request for the reports to all of the creditors, and I do a personal information letter. That if you select this and there is not a file with that secondary bureau, you will simply get a letter back from that credit bureau saying we don't have an active file for them. I like to save my stamps because stamps is expensive. So I like to ask for the report on my round one. And then after the client gets the reports back from the secondary bureau and the personal information, then I go into the Dispute Panda flow with their round one of dispute. So just like to give you guys that little tip that I do a little different. As long as you have at least $1, you can hit start round. It will generate the letters for you. And it will actually have a little bucket that says static. Because I don't have any money in there, it's going to tell me girl sit down. Okay. But I wanted to tell you guys how you could do that. Now, once the rounds are printed, if I want the system to mail it out, I would click mail out. It says it's $19. If you don't have any money in the system, you would simply close out. You would load the money in here, and then you can come back to mail out. To Miss Threads of Wealth's question, she went and she said she may have done certified mail. This is how you see the difference in the cost of certified mail versus first class mail. Okay. It also, the system also says it wants it on single-sided. Single-sided, this is the price for it. So you want to make sure that all of the boxes are to the configuration that you desire before you go ahead and load the money to make sure you have enough money on the account for you. Okay. Once you have done that, again, you can hit mail. The system will go ahead and mail the letters out for you. Or if you are mailing it out yourself like me, you just click download all and it will mail all of them out for you. Okay. I'm sorry. And then you will download it, print it out, and you'll mail it out yourself. Sorry for the download option. The history tab is where you can go ahead and see letters that you have previously sent out. You can also see credit reports that have previously been done, and you can see credit scores as information. On the Pro, you'll have another box in between history and invoice that will say updates, and that's where you're able to go ahead and collect this on the client level that I was showing you guys. It would actually look like this, but it will have the client's information on there under this particular tab, and it will break down what was deleted, what was added back, all of that information. You also have access to invoices, and you will have access to notes if you are on the Pro. And the notes gives you the ability to, like if you have bankruptcy and you're sending a letter to the bankruptcy court, you're able to go ahead into the system and send that information to the bankruptcy court. And you can put a note, hey, I also sent a letter to bankruptcy court directly on behalf of my client. All right. So we have literally loaded the client in. We've signed up for the platform, loaded the client in, finished our first round of disputes, taught you guys how to read the Credit Dyno platform. What questions, concerns, or comments do you have for me on tonight? Any questions, or have I made everything clear like mud? Let me know.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, love.
Me again.
Yes, yes.
Hey, so pretty much so with that that on that PDF, so everybody gotta go follow, like they gotta follow that steps, they gotta follow that order, right? well, let's say, for example, let's say, hey, you look at my credit report. You might say, hey, maybe you might need to skip to round to attack 3 or something. Like,
So
you
one
get what I'm
second.
saying?
What I want to clarify is if you are new and you do not have a flow, I don't recommend you skipping it. I've been using the platform for a while. So yes, when I personally look at a client's profile, because I've been tracking what I have been doing over the years of doing credit repair, I can say, okay, well, I'm not going to use a punch of fury letter. I'm going to use a touch attack letter because I know that this works for charge-offs in the past. It shows me able to get certain accounts off, who it's with, the dollar amounts. If you do not have that, then my recommendation is to follow the flow that's been provided because you don't have a matrix to go from. Does that make sense?
Got it.
I hope I made sense. But
Got it.
once you
Appreciate
have
that, Quinn.
built something, I do want to say that we do have an old platform. So the old platform had like different flows. I still use the red attack and I use the blue attack. The only difference is I still don't send my letters out certified mail. With the old attack flow, there are some clients that come in, and if I see that they're with Santander or if they're with certain vendors that based on my tracking flow, the blue attack flow worked very well for them, then I will put them in that flow sequence. But until you have a tracking or reference point to use, my recommendation is to use the flow that's given so that you're not kind of just freestyling it and creating any out of sequence activity.
Okay,
Great question,
okay.
though.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? I think there's some more people coming in the room. Hold on. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Did I answer your question easy? I wanted to make sure you could hear me because I know my internet be interneting. It's raining out here. It never rains in Southern California, but it rains in Texas.
Yeah, I got it. Appreciate that.
My pleasure. I love it. Okay. Any other questions, guys, before I let you go? Let me get a few questions, baby. Nope. No questions?
Wait, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find your email, but I can't see it on the chat. Or
No problem. I'll drop it again for you.
awesome. Thank you.
Boom. There goes my email. It is my pleasure. And no other questions for me tonight?
No, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Easy came off of mute, so I feel like Easy got a question.
Oh, me?
Ooh, this rain is making me upset. I'm sorry, y'all, for the connection. It'll be better next week. It'll be better by Wednesday. Did you have something to say, Easy? I'm here for you.
Actually, I got one more question, matter of fact.
Go ahead.
So this method I was trying, these people on this credit asked me to send them a police report, and within 7 days, I guess to get the account removed. Should I just leave that alone and just start fresh with Panda
I
Dispute?
don't know what you're doing. What I'm going to tell you is whatever dispute method you were using before, my recommendation is to wait 30 days before you start a new flow process.
Got it. Okay, man. I was about to start like this week.
Nope.
All right.
Recommendation is
Appreciate
to
that.
wait 30 days. And anytime. All right, y'all. So it's been real. Club Raquel is about to close. Club Dispute down until Wednesday. So if you guys have also follow me on social media, I do answer questions if you come in. I try to be in the Dispute Panda community and dip and do. Now that I'm back in town, I will be over here stalking y'all, making sure to answer questions. But if you need something, please feel free to shoot me an email. You can shoot me a text. If it's something that requires you to book a call, I am very transparent to let you know that's a call question. But other than that, I want to say thank you so much for gifting me your time on today. And David, thanks for being the best co-host ever. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to let us know. We appreciate you showing up and showing out for yourself. And hopefully this class helped you become a beast in the credit streets, at least in the beginning. And I will catch y'all guys back on Wednesday. Night, y'all. Night, Miss Roxanne. Thanks for pulling up to the club.